Hello, welcome you all in this third module of our video series on BCSP 064 project course. In this series, in first module we discuss about what is need of proper problem identification, what kind of problem we should select and what should be the complexity of the problem, so that we can meet the requirement of 8 credit of this particular course. And in second module we discuss about how to do analysis and design of the proposed system and what kind of diagram we should give and how we should develop our synopsis, so that we can minimize the chances of rejection of project synopsis. In this module, let us discuss about, once we have got the approved synopsis, our objective is next to implement that particular synopsis, and once implementation is done, then you have to do the testing and finally you have to prepare your project report, and so that you can proceed further by submitting the project report for Viva Voce. I am MP Misra, faculty, School of Computer and Information Sciences. If you are having any specific query related to your project course, you may write to bca@ignou.ac.in, or you may write to me also at mpmisra@ignou.ac.in. Let us discuss about how to prepare project report. So, it is very essential, once you are thorough with implementation and testing, then definitely you will be taking printout of your code as well as analysis and design. Though you are having printout of your analysis and design as part of your synopsis, but if you have done some modification, some alteration or something you have added in your analysis and design, that also you take as printout, and then you take code of your project as printout, and similarly the screenshot of the output, and all these things definitely going to be part of your project report. And in addition to that, as I have already mentioned in previous discussions also, that your approved synopsis should be part of your project report, and one important document, that is certificate of the originality, that also should be part of your project report, and this certificate basically gives you an opportunity to say that this project is done by you and it is your own property. So, this you can give only if you are honestly doing your own project and all the components of the project are belonging to you and you have implemented it other academic uses. Components of project report, all these things are already mentioned in your project guideline also, but here again I am reiterating it, that you have to give introduction of your problem, then objectives and tools, environment which you are going to use for development of your project, analysis and design document and program code, and testing and test reports, input and output screens, implementation of security, what you have done for purpose of security of that particular system, and then limitation of that specific project, and if somebody is willing to further enhance that particular project or doing something, then what are the future scope of that particular project, that you have to give, and in the last you have to give bibliography related to your project activities. So, these all are the points that you have to take care, and these all are the points that you have to give as part of your project report. Now, let us come and discuss one by one all these points, that is, analysis and design should be improved as per suggestion of the evaluator given in your synopsis, that you have to do. Also, if your guide is willing to do some correction or improvement, that is also should be done. It means that it is not that once your synopsis is approved and the comments of the evaluator is given, then further you cannot do anything. Further you can enhance your system, further you can enhance or add something in your system with proper justification. If your guide is willing to add few things extra, then definitely you are most welcome to do that, you should do, but you have to do with proper justification, and you have to do with a lot of conviction that if you are doing this, it is definitely adding quality to that particular project. And moreover, if a student submit the report without working on the comment of the expert, then there is a chance that your project report may be rejected at the time of Viva Voce. So, please be careful, do not submit your project report without fulfilling the comments of the evaluator given on your synopsis. I again repeat here that do not submit in any case your project report without fulfilling the comment of your synopsis. It is very essential and very important, otherwise you may lead towards a loss of major time in your academic activities. Coding is compulsory, and coding when you are giving, it is advised to you that give the printout of that code only which is written by you. Sometime some system generated code are also there. So, there is no need to give any output of system generated code. You have to give output or printout of those code only which you have written for your functionality implementation on your own. Each module and some important point in the section of your coding should have proper comments. So, proper comment convention you must have to follow, because if you are not following that, then at the time of the evaluation, if evaluator is looking for that particular module description, evaluator may not find that, then in that case it will be a problem. So, you please take care of that try to develop a habit that whenever you are writing a code, if you are developing a module, in that module in the beginning itself give some comment. So, in fact, proper commenting increase the readability of the code, increase the understandability of the code. It may definitely give a better impression at the time of evaluation of your report. As I mentioned, no need to give the system generated code, and one more important thing you have to take care that whenever you are giving printout, take care that proper font size and font type you are giving, it should be properly readable, and size of 11, 12 is quite okay. But if you are just for the filling the number of pages purpose you are giving, and you are just trying to increase the number of pages in your project report, and you are increasing the font size and just writing 1 or 2 line on a page and then keeping that particular as a project report, it do not give good impression to the evaluator, as well as it is not a proper way of doing the documentation. A documentation should be proper, balanced, and it should fulfill the purpose. And at the same time, if your font size is very small, it is not properly readable, it is not comfortable in reading, then that also is not advisable. So, follow the path which is more appropriate, more convenient. In fact, number of pages hardly matter, your content and the quality of the work, that matters a lot. So, that objective you keep in mind. This I am saying because I have gone across few project reports where I have seen that the font size is of abnormally very large size, and that is not advisable at all. And even in few projects also I have seen that the students are giving very small size, that is not readable. So, that also you take care, and at the same time when you are preparing your document and you are having certain diagrams, so your diagrams should be clear. If some labeling you have done, whether inside certain symbols or outside of that particular symbol in the diagram, so that labeling also should be of proper font size, so that it can be very easily read. So, these things you take care, this will help you not only in this project development, this is a learning process, and this will help you at several stages of your professional life also. User interface is one of the key component, that also you have to take care. Whenever you are designing user interface, take care of the size, the color and the readability. So, text and user interface both should have proper font size, color and readability, and user interface should be having some kind of pointers or some kind of helping guidelines available, so that can be used for proper usability of the system. Sometimes user manual, you might have heard that user manuals are available for using the different applications. So, if you are having something associated with your system and you need to provide certain help, so in help section you can provide detail about your user interface, and that will be adding extra quality to your project work. Testing of the system, definitely you have to do proper testing of your system. In that you have to use different test methods which you have learned in your software engineering course as well as system analysis and design course. So, in testing you have to do normal, maybe sometime dry run you will try to do when you are writing some code and trying to see that. Sometime you will run individual modules separately and you will see what is happening. Once you have integrated different modules, then you will run the system and see what is happening. And for these all purposes, what you need is you need proper test cases suitable for your system, and you run those test cases and see that what kind of result you are finding, whether your all test cases are properly being accepted by the system or your test cases are pass or not. If they are pass, then you give that particular output as your test report, and this test report will provide a kind of lead to the evaluator that you have done your system implementation properly, and subsequently you have tested your system also as per the specific requirement of the testing. So, these all things you do, and one thing which is very important, that there is no need to write theory in the project report about the testing, because theory you have done enough. You have already done theory in different theory courses, as well as you have appeared for the examination for that also. So, when you are giving your project, it is expected that practically how actually you have done testing of your proposed system, that you have to give up to test report level. Do not give any theory, just maximum you can write that this particular testing method I have used. By using this particular testing method, I have given so and so input in my system, and this is the my output, and this output is a kind of test report or project report part. See, it is kind of a advertisement. If you are doing a project activity, your project is very nice, your project is very good, you are having good knowledge as well, but if you are submitting your report and that report is not reflecting your project activity, your knowledge, then definitely you are not better sellable. So, make yourself as sellable by making your project report good, presentable in all the context which we have discussed in this particular module. So, with this I thank you and just sum up this particular session here. Thank you very much.